Yeah, this one I saw and I just could not help myself. The father who left his family to be a 6-year-old trans girl. That's amazing, actually. I was really hoping to see something like this when I opened YouTube today. We need articles and videos like this at least once a week. These are the kind of feel-good stories that we want more of on a daily basis. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I think to contribute to this hope of mine, when I become a father, I'm going to leave my family and become a 6-year-old trans girl. That's my plan. That's my strategy. Feel free to mirror my play. You can take that. I won't be offended if you're copying me. You know, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something like that. So if you guys want to make a difference in the world, be a great father, just become a 6-year-old trans girl.
You've probably noticed there's a lot of people worried about their safety because I identify as a 6-year-old. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I've been saying that forever. It doesn't matter. You think you're unsafe because this fucking freak show is calling themselves a 6-year-old girl and wants to be around probably other 6-year-old girls where you can only assume they'd be the most comfortable just based in terms of like an in-group preference, right? If that is something that upsets you or makes you concerned at all, you're the problem. There's nothing to worry about, actually. This person wouldn't hurt a fucking fly. This is an adorable 6-year-old trans girl, and if you are saying anything otherwise, you are fucking disgusting. Real talk for a second, you know, throwing away the satire and the irony. I think, frankly, this might be the most terrifying thing I've seen this week. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just hope that whatever ends up happening with Trump, that he can just get rid of this shit.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. It
needs to go, and it needs to go fast. We don't have much time to talk about, like, well, should this really go? It does. Next. You know what I'm saying? Just get rid of this, and then we'll talk about oil and tariffs and whatever. This needs to be the first thing to fucking go.
This is Stephanie Walch. And this is, or should I say was, Stephanie's family. However, at the age of 44, Stephanie decided to leave her family behind for something far more important.
Right.
To fulfill her lifelong dream of living as a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, because why have the most lovely American family Christmas cards and some probably amazing Thanksgiving dinners, some good board game nights with the family, you know, you got Taco Tuesdays with the wife and kids, you know, fuck all that, dude. Overrated, cringe, we don't need it. We do need to be 6-year-old trans girls. That's what we need. And I think, he made the right choice. I mean, fuck.
Why, hello. Welcome to Stephanie's Playtime. I hope my little sockets have been good. We have an adventure for you. Come on in and see what we found.
Stephanie's other videos were equal parts hilarious yet disturbing, and often featured her best friend, a teddy bear named Strawberry. Stephanie and Strawberry would often go on public playdates together.
Strawberry, thank you for inviting me for your playdate. Aw, Strawberry, I love you.
Yup, yeah, we're watching this. This is not fake. We're watching this right now, and this is what's on the screen, and this person's hugging a life-size teddy bear in public with a Coke and a bag of a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese, and it's real, and I love it, and it's what this beautiful land of the free has turned into, because who needs to be normal and have a family and kids when you can just be a 6-year-old trans girl and hug a teddy bear in public? I mean, why the fuck not? Honestly, like, I thought, you know, some bad shit's happened to me this week, like, you know, my buddy pranked me by giving me a Steam key, and it wasn't actually a Steam key, it didn't work. I was upset, you know? I drank too much Monster Energy a few days ago, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. That sucked. And it's like, you know, that's all negligible. You can all forget about it pretty easily when you're watching a video of a former father of 3 throw that in the garbage to hug a teddy bear in public. Can you deny these people service? Can you just be like, yeah, we don't want your fucking business, freak. Can you book it? Can you leave? McDonald's has plenty of open seats. Can't that be allowed? If it's not allowed, then you gotta question the dude who allowed this. He greenlit this. Why? It's weird. It's off-putting to every other customer. It's genuinely like on the same level of public indecency.
I'm so glad you waited here for me. I missed you.
However, not everything was smooth sailing for Stephanie, as Canada's lack of public gender-neutral washrooms triggered her severe gender dysphoria. Apparently, Stephanie would rather relieve herself in the middle of a restaurant than use a gendered washroom.
No, this can't be real. This can't be fucking real. Oh my fucking god. This can't be real. Is this real?
All right. I just gotta go pee.
So they had a men's washroom and a women's washroom, but why didn't they just call them bathrooms?
You might be thinking, well, this is just satire for a silly skit. In real life, Stephanie doesn't actually act like a 6-year-old, does she?
No, I'm actually thinking, regardless of if this is true or not, the fact that it's not something that I could easily sniff out whether it's true or not is in itself, I think, a major fucking problem.
Does she? Actually, she does. Stephanie took being a 6-year-old girl very seriously, so naturally,
Right.
she needed a playroom for all of her dolls.
Today is my first day of having my living room as my playroom. Anyways, I just wanted you to see I made a tutu with my sewing machine.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I don't feel good. I think I'm gonna be sick, and I think I have to go to the doctor. I don't even have, like, stomach issues, but I feel like I have an upset stomach. I am upset, so then the two correspond. This is just fucked up. It's fucked up, man. And I'm sorry this is not the most riveting commentary I can deliver you, but when there's a fucking person on your screen pretending to be a 6-year-old girl, it's gonna do things to you, like limit your ability to say things that can be insightful and thoughtful, because, you know, when I'm thinking of what to say, I'm not usually thinking about what to say to something this fucked up. I'm thinking about, like, a bad take or a series of statements that can be ridiculed or something like this, not someone who is displaying and manifesting the most demented, twisted version of human nature that can possibly be shown. It almost feels like I'm violating not YouTube's terms of service, but like the human terms of service of, like, how to properly not ruin people's day. Are you okay watching this right now? I'm actually kind of concerned that my audience might be like, yeah, no thanks, we're out. We're done. It's done. You lost me. I can't blame you. I can't, because what am I gonna do? Be like, no, you're in this, we're in this together. Go watch Coco Melon, go watch Beauty Pie, I can't blame you. This is for my own survival training at this point. I'm learning how to deal with adversity, because not that this would come up, but the fact that it could come up in my day-to-day life where I'm in that restaurant and this is, you know, in the same restaurant as me is a non-0% chance. And the fact that it could happen, I need to be ready. I need to have an iron mind. I need to be sharp. I need to be agile. I can't have something like this catch me off guard and all of a sudden I'm you know, having a bit of a hard time adapting. I'm having a stroke. I'm on the floor, and the only person there to give me CPR is this fucking beast. It can't happen. I need to be prepared.
Sweatshirt, and I have my sus so that I'm not scared.
Stephanie really bought into her child identity and was so convincing that she even fooled some waitstaff into thinking she was 6 years old.
I love being 6 years old. Strawberry, you wouldn't imagine the adventures I've been having today. Oh my, there's so much to tell.
Yo, Stefan, you want something to drink with that?
Can I have a beer?
Oh, you can't have a beer, you're only 6 years old.
Despite being only 6 years old,
What kind of fucking guy goes along with this shit, though? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that he just went along with that and kind of was like, yeah, no, you're only 6. Surely you're only 6. Was there, like, a threat made against him or his loved ones or his family? Did someone working for or with Stephanie decide to threaten this guy into role-playing with her or him or Stephanie? I don't know. What took place to coerce this man into behaving that way? Because that's not okay.
Stephanie enjoyed alcohol and cracking wildly inappropriate jokes.
I couldn't help but notice a little something coming out of your skirt.
Oh, yeah. Last night I wished for a little tail, and look, I got a little tail. That was a dream come true. This beer here, 3 years old. Ready? Oh my God, that's disgusting. But it's 3 years old, like wine.
Clearly not the worst thing you've ever had in your mouth.
One of the shortest things I've had in my mouth.
In addition to a witty sense of humor and incredible fashion sense, Stephanie was also a talented rapper.
Okay.
Hey, looky, see you.
I want to take a moment to prepare for what we're about to watch because I haven't watched it, and you know, this could be the sort of thing where if you've gotten so far and you think you're ready, you're not, right? Because I think what we think we're about to experience is not going to be the worst thing ever because of what we've already just watched. And that's a good guess, but with this sort of stuff, you never really know. So I'm going to give you a chance with this intermission to click off or to skip forward because it might be bad, it might be okay, I don't know. But the fact that I don't know, I'm going to do you a favor and give you an out right now if you need it. Okay, you've been warned. Let's get into it. Fucking please don't be bad. It will be, but just don't make me want to, you know, you get the idea.
You're looking at me, freaking address, got a setter message tree. Yeah, I said her, but for now just let it be. Sometimes the mind doesn't see what others see. They put the lime in the coconut and mixed it all up. Hey you, that's my coconut. Oh shit, what the fuck? Made the parts in my crotch feel funny to me when something's hanging out every time I go pee.
However, not everyone was fond of Stephanie. Typical Leafs fan. Hey, that is no way for a 6-year-old girl to talk. This is what rock bottom looks like. So what exactly did rock bottom look like? For Stephanie, it meant going to prison for crime.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. I can't fucking stomach this. Like, I'm good, but I'm not that good, okay? I'm good at this job. I try to provide commentary. I'm not that good. I'm really not.
It may have been that the news was covering Stonewall, that I knew that I saw something there that I identified with. I think I knew to hide myself even at 6 years old. I knew I was different and this wasn't normal. Girls looked a certain way and boys looked a certain way, but prior to that, I didn't even realize there were girls and boys. I think at 6 years old, with school and stuff, you became more aware. I soon started taking my older sister's hand-me-down dresses. I remember...
Okay, this is what you don't get to do. You don't get to do all this shit we just saw and then try to act composed and thoughtful on a news interview. You don't get to just act like the most psychopathic person in the world and then try to act normal on a news interview. You don't get to do that. That's not how it works. This is what happens, is like, you throw away any of the thoughtfulness or consideration I could give you because of like your disenfranchisement and your community and the Stonewall, whatever, when you start bringing a life-size teddy bear into a restaurant and acting like an infant. You don't get to do that. You're not a 6-year-old girl. You don't get to act like a 6-year-old girl. And you most certainly don't get to have this sort of treatment like you're, you know, this sophisticated being and that you're thoughtful with your actions after you've done all that shit, okay? This whole 6-year-old act seems to have conveniently vanished when the reporters are like, why are you doing all this, you know? Interesting.
Going out of
So for those of you confused, and maybe you know you're trying to get a better grip on this whole thing, I got nothing. I really got nothing for you. This would be a great time for like a chart on the screen or like a graph or something to back up what I'm saying, but I got nothing here. I don't. What do I say when Stephanie, the 6-year-old girl, says that they had 6 kids with a chick and then decided to be a 6-year-old girl male lesbian? What do you want from me? I think at this point, you know, when you've already dropped the 6 kids and you're doing the family stuff and you've been, you know, doing all right with that, kids doing okay, you know, why fucking capsize? Why would you give it up? Why not just run the little side gig of your cross-dressing shit and then keep the family happy, you know? Your kids are going to be miserable now. Your kids are going to see the public footage of you dressing up like a 6-year-old girl and being a 6-year-old girl on the internet, and it's going to haunt them. Your kids will be mortified. They will be perpetually in a constant state of fear, a constant constant state of loathing and disappointment, and it's kind of your fault. You know, your wife was helping you with this shit on the side to get it out of your system. Really? Couldn't just raise the kids, drive them to school? Could not be that hard. And even if you wanted to be trans, right? You know, maybe the kids got 2 moms. All right, 2 moms. Fair enough, right? That's just more drop-offs at soccer practice. I think the main issue is that you're making this content and the way you're portraying yourself is just deeply disturbing. Shit, it's an adjustment, right? This is what I don't get, is this, you know, this melancholy tone, this self-loathing, this, you know, pity me sort of attitude. You don't have to be a 6-year-old girl. That's your choice. Don't make that choice. Make a better choice. What the fuck else is there to even say here, man? I just can't do this. I can't do this. How long is this video? 20 minutes? We're almost done here. I can't do much more with this.
If you aren't familiar with the topic, let's hear from sex therapist Heather Shannon.
So age play is a type of kinky play where at least one of the people in the scene is going to be playing with age by typically reducing their age to a child.
This is a disease. This is a sickness. This is a plague. This is a pandemic. Why are we doing this? You need to stop. Cease. No more. I'm calling stop. No more. No more age play. Stephanie, please. No more, okay? No more age play. Capiche? This is the thing. The only kind of thing I see with this that is like remotely okay, and it's only really okay because it's funny, is when I see like these guys down bad in Instagram comments talking about mommy and stuff like that. Like, oh, mommy, because it'll be a girl and, you know, they're like, mommy. It's like, you know, grow the fuck up, but also like, you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But then it's like, you got this motherfucker. You're 6 years old. No. N-O. No. You're cut off. You're done. You're finished. It's so crazy that the overall benefit of society begins with this person stopping.
Featuring videos like this one, Stephanie's website also featured a chat room for the community. Hey all you fine littles and sissies, welcome to a fun island of sand and beach. Bring your best friends, a buck and shovel, and your imagination for a fun-filled holiday on Steph Sissy Island. Please come back whenever you need a friend that believes in the power of play. Hugs, Stephanie. Unfortunately for Stephanie, not everyone was a fan of Steph Sissy Island. Men, you need to accept the reality. Go to a therapist who tells you the truth, not just what you want to hear. Facts over feelings. You're dying. Paul Stephanie Walch is a dangerous. However, anonymous internet users weren't the only ones fed up with Stephanie, as she had also made enemies within the transgender community, including popular trans influencer Blair White.
People like Stephanie actually use the trans label as a protective force field to stop people from criticizing their predatory behavior. It's not who they are, it is their scapegoat. Now, Stephanie is not a trans woman. Stephanie is a fetishist posing as a trans woman. If you don't believe me, Stephanie actually has a FetLife account, right? Where the entire basis of their posts and activity is on them being trans. That's not being trans. Sorry.
That brings us to today, where Stephanie has big news to share to the world. She had finally released her long-awaited autobiography.
What do you guys think? Like, is that not fire? I think that's fucking fire.
Holding On by a Thread is a beautiful autobiography that captures the human spirit through the eyes of a persecuted transgender individual on the edge of society. The story focuses on exposing systemic—
I need 10 copies, stat. I'm reading that cover to cover in one night. Just doing a little light reading. This dropped this year, too. This year. And low-key, why does it kind of have a good rating? Why did 3.1? That's like not bad, though. Like, there are movies I like that have a worse rating, or books I like that have a worse rating. Yo, that's concerning. That is a concerning ratio. It has a positive audience reception, 3 ratings. Maybe not a big enough sample size, but investigate those 3 people. I'm sure we got 3 handcuffs. Put them to use. Was this an editor's pick? Okay, fire the editor too.
With shortcomings, inclusivity, and human perseverance. Tragically, the only shortcoming of Stephanie's story seemed to be the book itself. A tale of narcissism. There is nothing heartwarming about this. A man abandons his wife and kids in order to live a life devoted to fantasy and misogyny. Author claims victim status, yet actually seems to be the perpetrator. Not worth reading at all.
If you want to see the chunks I skipped over in this video, go watch this video by Dark Discoveries. I'll have it linked. But man, you know, it's the sort of thing where you're good. You're good, man. Throw on Scooby-Doo. You don't need this. You don't. Go watch Scooby-Doo. You'll be fine. All right, I've been Acheeto. Leave a like if you liked. Leave a dislike if you dislike. I'm going on fucking break, bro.